It happens often in the NFL when two good friends face off. Bill Belichick brings his New England Patriots into FedEx Field looking to build on a 9-3 record. His friend Mike Shanahan, in his second year at the helm of the Redskins, would like nothing better than to knock off his visiting buddy here today when the Redskins meet the Patriots on CBS. It is a beautiful but cold day here in Landover, Maryland. The wind, nothing to speak of. It is bright and sunny as we welcome you back as the New England Patriots take on the Washington Redskins. The Redskins have won the toss, and they will have the football first.
And Greg, it's going to be really interesting to monitor them offensively as they're going to start this game minus the two offensive tackles that started the game a week ago.
We'll tell our viewers that you're likely to notice the Army and Navy in the end zones, and that's because they've elected to leave those tributes to the military academies from yesterday's game on the field for today. Navy knocking off Army here yesterday 27-21.
And the first time that the game was ever played in Washington, D.C., so I know this community was extremely proud. And the Redskins organization and FedEx Field are very, very proud to host that event.
Brandon Banks, number 16, is deep for the Redskins. All 5'7", 155 pounds of men that were underway. And he will return this one from the 2. And net just as he crosses the 20 to about the 21-yard line by Dane Fletcher. Washington starts Rex Grossman, now in his 9th season at quarterback, 10 touchdown passes, 15 interceptions, and he knows he has to be better than his 58% completion percentage here.
Well, that's for sure. And again, when you're an underdog and you're playing a team that capitalizes on mistakes as well as the Patriots, you just can't. You've got to play error-free football. And there's a good look at Tyler Columbus, 74, who's starting for Jamal Brown at right tackle.
Right off the bat, under pressure, Grossman goes down just as he releases the ball, and it's incomplete. Up front, left tackle Trent Williams suspended for the rest of the season. Locklear starts there, and Columbus for the injured Jamal Brown at right tackle. And the Redskins pleased with the play of rookie running back Roy Halou, their 4th-round pick, who has 2 consecutive 100-yard rushing games. On 2nd and 10, the pitch for Halou going left side to about the 25-yard line.
Well, if the Redskins are to really have a chance in this game, it's got to be because Roy Halou has a big game and a simple toss out of the I formation, and he's averaging almost 5 yards a carry, 4.7. The rookie from Nebraska has back-to-back 100-yard games. And again, you've just got to shorten the game, try to limit the number of possessions that Brady and this offense get. The way you do that is by converting 3rd down.
Grossman with a 3rd and 6. Almost intercepted. Reaching back to get a hand on it was Santana Moss. And Devin McCourty was working.
What a good matchup here between Santana Moss and Devin McCourty. McCourty's been fighting through injuries of his own, and you can see he gets a hand, he gets a grab, and again Santana Moss comes up looking for a flag. It wasn't there at the end of the play. It's when he finished his stem, Moss breaking out of the pattern.
Julian Edelman is deep and has it at his own 33. Doesn't get much further up the field. This will be pretty good position for number 12, Tom Brady. Look at the numbers on the season, simply having another outstanding year. 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He's completing 67% of his throws and is on pace for a 5,000-yard season. And right away, the Patriots spread the field on 1st down.
And again, you saw right there, Brian Arakpo at the bottom of your screen, number 98. Did he give the blitz away?
Here they come. Brady, quick pass. That one is complete. Across the 40, Aaron Hernandez into Redskin territory and to the 40-yard line, Washington.
here comes Brady. And again, they're coming right to the line of scrimmage. Tom Brady loves this up-tempo offense. He really runs a defense ragged. And he tries to trap teams into the package they have on the field.
Quick snap pass to the outside, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. That one intended for Deion Branch. On the Patriots offensive line, Sebastian Vollmer sits out today. And the rookie, Nate Solder, starts at right tackle. And the Redskins' problem today, everybody's problem. Wes Welker, the NFL's leading receiver, 93 catches, more than 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns, and that pass is incomplete.
Brady is upset. Back-to-back incomplete passes. It's something that you don't see very often out of this New England offense. Now Tom will bring him back into the huddle. This would be a nice turn of events here for this Redskins defense if they can keep New England from converting here on a 3rd and 10.
Brady under pressure, got rid of it. And there's the pressure Jim Haslett wanted on the New England quarterback, led by London Fletcher.
Well, 3 straight incompletions for New England. And you're right, Greg, that is the pressure. And it's right up the middle, and that's the most effective pressure of all. London Fletcher comes through completely unblocked. Arakpo got there on the edge, but the real damage was London Fletcher right up the middle.
Zoltan Mesko to kick it away. Banks is deep. Penalty marker flies. This one will drop inside the 10 and bounce down to about the 1.5-yard line. Let's check the penalty. And this penalty marker flew early. Our referee today is Jeff Triplett. Well, he's going to go talk to Bill Belichick about it first.
Well, it's not like Washington can come out of this with the field position being any worse than it already is.
Here's Jeff Triplett.
Too many men, defense. 5-yard penalty, or half the distance, 1st down.
Well, the return man is responsible for counting people on the field. You see Banks doing his count right there. I think he hits 12 and trying to get somebody off the field.
It's okay unless he counts himself. Back in Landover with 12:58 to play in the 1st quarter, and once again Rex Grossman and the Washington Redskins on offense.
The previous penalty for 12 men on the receiving team has been declined. 1st down.
Jeff Triplett taking care of a little bookkeeping, of course, with the punt being down inside the 5-yard line. New England does not want to punt again.
So the Redskins start from their own 4. Grossman to throw out of his own end zone. That pass through the hands of his intended receiver, Santana Moss. Defensively, the Patriots have ex-Redskin Andre Carter up front. 9 sacks on the year. He has been terrific. The linebacker, Gerard Mayo in the middle, with Rob Ninkovich on one side, and Gary Guyton on the other. Injuries in the secondary killing Bill Belichick's team today. He starts wide receiver Matthew Slater at safety. Salute.
Greg, one of the ways you look at a team and their 4-8 record becomes a little self-explanatory is on that 1st down pass. Just a simple slant pattern. Santana Moss was open, and it ends up being an incompletion because Grossman threw it just a shade too high, but it was still onto the hands of Moss, and he doesn't make the catch. It sounds simple, but you know that's the type of a completion that New England makes routinely, and teams with losing records seem to struggle.
And now Grossman throwing again out of the end zone. On 3rd down, he goes down. Loose ball in the end zone. Still loose.
Best you can hope for here is a safety. It's either a safety or a touchdown.
Andre Carter was the man who hit. It's a touchdown for New England.
Well, the Redskins came into this game with 28 turnovers, make it 29. And Rex Grossman, the clock has got to go off. And when you know it, it's a former Redskin, Andre Carter. And Rex Grossman has got to realize that he is standing in the end zone. And how long can you stand there without expecting somebody to come loose and put on some pressure?
Big Vince Wilfork fell on the ball in the end zone eventually for the New England touchdown. Gostowski for the extra point. And it's good. So the terrific punt by Mesco pays off for the Patriots. They get the forced fumble and the recovery in the end zone, and it's a 7-0 New England lead.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Verizon, your holiday smartphone destination.
.12:06 to play. There is Andre Carter, who made the hit and forced the fumble in the end zone.
He became expendable in Washington when they went to a 3-4 defense. He's a 4-3 end, and he could not be happier being in New England.
He said he was a little too old to adjust to a 3-4.
He said if I was a third or a fourth year player, it would have been okay. Not now.
This is Banks again. 2 yards deep in the end zone. And run out of bounds short of the 20-yard line. Well, if offensive line problems usually figure to be an issue for a quarterback.
Well, that's Willie Smith over there, number 69 at left tackle. And remember, he's there. He's a rookie. He's there because Trent Williams, their number 1 pickup a year ago, suspended because of a drug violation. And there is, along with Fred Davis, they're out for the remainder of the season. And there is the first problem with Williams being suspended. You put a rookie in that situation. But again, I go back to it. Rex Grossman has got to realize he can't hold it forever.
This is Halou, right side. Nice cut across the 30 and out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. James Ahedibo ran him out. That's the kind of running Roy Halou has been putting on display lately.
Well, and it's the kind of running that he put on display in Lincoln, Nebraska when he was playing for the Cornhuskers. That is one heck of a cut right there that he puts on Ninkovich. If this was flag football, Rob wouldn't even have gotten the flag. That was a spectacular cut by Roy Halou. And he's got a nice combination of power and speed. And as you saw right there, he's got some lateral movement as well.
Once again, straight ahead, Halou for 1 yard to the 35. Kyle Love made the hit there.
Well, again, a lot of talk before this game about the condition of this field, and we'll be monitoring it. It is a natural field, but as of right now, we've seen a little slippage, but right there, you know, pieces of grass and dirt are coming up. Well, you expect that on a natural grass field where they played a game here the day before, but you don't see pieces of sod actually slipping out from under their feet.
On 2nd and 9, Grossman to throw it through that one into the dirt. Here's Kyle Shanahan, the coach's son, the offensive coordinator. We were talking with Rex yesterday about how he was unceremoniously pulled from the starting lineup earlier this year.
Yeah, he had to go sit for 3 games while John Beck started for the Redskins, and yeah, he was not happy about it. Who would be? And but one thing about it, being in the NFL for 9 years, Rex knows that as a quarterback, you almost always get another shot.
He is 0 for 4 throwing, still looking for his first completion of the day. And he's going to go deep. He's got a man open. That's complete inside the 20 and Dante Stallworth.
Boy, and Dante Stallworth, who had 1 year with the New England Patriots. I asked Mike Shanahan yesterday how much does Dante Stallworth have left? And he said, well, he can still run. And you can see right there, he gets a step on Devin McCourty. Right there, he gets a little separation, and McCourty can't close. And give Rex Grossman some props. He drops that ball in perfectly.
51-yard completion, first down, Washington at the New England 14.
Stallworth almost had that ball go through his hands.
This is Halou. To about the 11.
Well, I think back-to-back, we saw Rex Grossman and really what has kind of defined his career. In one moment, Rex, you can't stand in the end zone and that long with the football and make a mistake like that. And then he's capable of coming back and throwing a pass of that quality.
On 2nd and 7, the pitch for Halou, left side. No room. Rob Ninkovich stopped the play short of the 10.
There's a little of the FedEx Field on Roy Halou's helmet. That's what you gotta. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Dante Stallworth. But again, that's some of the charm of playing on a natural grass field.
Why do you start to drool every time we talk about natural grass?
It's old-fashioned football. It's what it's. Hey, at least it's not green sand like it used to be over at RFK.
3rd and 6. Grossman inside the 5. Stallworth twisting to about the 1.5 for a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a lightning strike from Rex Grossman. And Dante Stallworth on this drive, for a guy who only had 10 catches coming into this game, Stallworth getting off to a great start. Even with his, even having to carry a little extra turf with him. Well, that'll slow a guy down. You get a good tackle at the end of it, that'll knock the grass out of you.
Halou and Darrell Young in the backfield. On 1st and goal, Halou looking for running room. Doesn't find much, pushing. And his forward progress will be marked, looked like at about the 1-yard line.
Vince Wilfork at the bottom of that pile, along with Ron Brace. And I'll tell you one thing, Vince Wilfork is having another, maybe one of his best years.
He's a defensive tackle who now has 2 interceptions and a touchdown on the season.
Yep, and he's playing. Ask anybody who watches the game much, Vince is having a wonderful year.
Halou once again. And once again, he stops short of the goal line.
Well, again, this offensive line now for the 2nd time in a row, not able to get much of a surge. Take a look at the white jerseys. They're standing in there pretty good. Montgomery gets a pretty good block on Wilfork, moves him back into the end zone, but everybody else stood their ground.
10th play of this drive. 3rd and goal for the Redskins. And all kinds of movement on the offensive line.
Well,
That one.
it was a shift. It was a lateral shift by the New England defensive line, and that movement got the Redskins to jump. And I'm sure that was something they worked on. That's being a little crafty. Watch the defensive line. They're shifting, and that was a choreographed move, and you know what? It worked out. They got Paulson to jump. They worked on that all week.
Play clock down to 2, down to 1, and they got the snap off. Let's see what Grossman can do with it. Under pressure, and throws it away. Gerard Mayo with the hit on Grossman.
Well, and right there, I think we just saw in microcosm this New England defense. They give up all sorts of yards, but getting into the end zone on these guys is tough. And you can see right there that Rex Grossman, in throwing that away, paid a price as Gerard Mayo comes in and puts a shoulder right into the abdomen. But again, you can get yards on this New England defense, but points they give up grudgingly.
Graham Gano from 24 yards out to get the Redskins on the board. And that's good. 6:42 to play in the first. The Patriots with a 7-3 lead. Brady and company back on the field after this. Redskins, 11 plays, 75 yards, knocked on the door at the 1 yard line, couldn't punch it in, had to settle for a 24-yard field goal.
It's nice to have a scoring drive, but as you mentioned, Greg, extremely disappointing to be at the 1 yard line and have to settle for a field goal.
Danny Woodhead is the deep man for the Patriots.
It'll come up to the 40-yard line. One of the most punitive penalties in football is having a kickoff go out of bounds.
First down.
That is giving the other team instant good field position.
And Tom Brady says, thank you very much. He'll start from his own 40-yard line after this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. And by the 2012 Jeep Wrangler Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Edition.
Welcome back to FedEx Field, the Patriots. From their own 40-yard line. On the kickoff going awry. And Brady to throw. Nice diving catch made at midfield by Rob Gronkowski. Gets up and moves still forward. Still going down the sideline. And finally tripped up inside the 15 to about the 11.
Keep in mind, what we just witnessed was executed by a guy who is 6'6", almost 270 pounds. So he goes down, he gets up untouched, and then refuses to go down. Two Redskins, he sheds, and he keeps going. And I'm telling you, you wonder why New England, and I mean all of New England, not just the Patriots, has fallen in love with the Gronk.
And we get whistles on the field.
They're probably going to take a look at this and challenge whether or not he actually cleanly caught the football, or whether he was down by contact. We'll look at all of it.
Washington is challenging the ruling on the field that the player was not down by contact and not out of bounds.
Well, when Jeff Triplett takes a look at it, you'll see that Rob Gronkowski didn't get out of bounds, but whether he was down by contact, the determination is still to be made.
You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Well, Mike Shanahan is hoping that Jeff Triplett is going to see where rookie Dijon Gomes touched Rob Gronkowski, and we don't believe he did. He goes down in front of him, and Gronkowski gets up and takes off, and I can tell you Gomes knows he didn't touch him. That's why he's immediately up and after Gronkowski. You can see right there he goes in front of Gronkowski, and because of the ruling on the field, Jeff Triplett has to see something that is absolutely conclusive that would say he was down by contact. And then the next question is, did he step out of bounds? And take a look at it. He is obviously well in bounds there, and off he goes.
And Gronkowski shedding tackles like they're bad habits down the sideline.
From what we've seen, I don't know that Jeff Triplett is in a position to overturn this, because I don't see where Gomes made contact with Gronkowski at all.
Here comes Jeff.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver was not touched down when he caught the ball, and he did not step out of bounds. Washington is charged their first timeout and their first challenge.
Well, a pass where it needed to be from Tom Brady, low and away from Gomes, the defender, and then the rest of this is just Rob Gronkowski. The Gronk has taken the NFL by storm. What an extraordinary player he is on his way to becoming. He's already most of the way there.
Sixth play of this drive, all through the air. Brady, touchdown, Gronkowski.
And there's the record. That just 14th receiving touchdown, and he wants to keep that ball. Get it back.
Previously tied with Vernon Davis and Antonio Gates. No more.
The most receiving touchdowns in a single season ever for a tight end by Rob Gronkowski. And he has part of this game and another 3 remaining in the regular season. And it's fitting that he gets to finish off this drive because he's the reason they were all the way down in Redskin territory as deep as they were.
Gronkowski. Extra point is good. 5:49 to play in the first quarter. Rob Gronkowski on the receiving end of a record-setting touchdown. 14-3. As we welcome you back to FedEx Field, that's what we've been talking about. And I think it's safe to say that Rob Gronkowski will probably add to that total before the end of the regular season.
You would think so. And he went and chased down that football and kept it. One thing I can guarantee you, Rob, you're going to get a phone call from the Pro Football Hall of Fame who's going to ask you for that football so they can display it in Canton, Ohio as a part of NFL history.
Meanwhile, Tom Brady absolutely on fire the last 5 games, 11 touchdown passes, no interceptions. And now his 29 straight games with at least 1 touchdown pass. That's a New England record. Brandon Banks is deep. From the goal line. Cut down as he crossed the 15-yard line by Julian Edelman. Hey, it's an historic moment for the country and the president. And tonight, you won't want to miss the wide-ranging interview with President Obama, only on 60 Minutes tonight, only CBS. President Obama joined Vern Lundquist and Gary Danielson in this very booth yesterday during the Army-Navy game, and there's a headset here with his name on it.
He did a good job. Provided a little commentary, stayed for a whole drive. That makes that extra special when the president attends the Army-Navy game.
On first down, Baloo, no gain. Coming up on 5.5 to play. Let's check into New York. James Brown and Dan Marino.
The talented Cam Newton evening things up.
Oh, yeah, look, it's like a fake quarterback draw, then a jump pass to Jeremy Shockey, 6-yard touchdown in the second quarter. Game tied 7-7 in Carolina.
Did you have a lot of those jump tosses, Dan?
Occasionally.
Occasionally, I hear you. Thank you for your honesty. Greg Gumbel, Dan Deardorff.
That jump pass only works if the defense is really concerned about your running with the football. I'm not sure Mr. Marino did that.
This is Halou to about the 18-yard line. One thing about Halou, you watch him run, Dan, he's very patient, looking for a hole.
Well, Tim Hightower was supposed to be the primary back for the Jets, and take a look at that jump cut. Really nice back to the inside by Halou.
Holding number 79 of the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still second down.
The rookie left guard, Maurice Hurt, guilty of the hold.
So this is going to move Washington back. And again, an offensive line that is reeling right now. Their left tackle, Trent Williams, again suspended for the remainder of the season for a drug policy violation. And right tackle, Jamal Brown, doesn't even make it through warm-ups without injuring his groin. And I don't think he's even on the bench.
Second and 18. Grossman out of his own end zone over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for David Anderson.
Now, when you talk to Mike Shanahan, he talks about this football team in stages. And the first stage was to improve the defense. And their defense is vastly improved from a year ago. And he makes it pretty clear that the next project is the offense, that they're going to start over with this offense and try to build. They're going to, whether it's through free agency, the draft, or whatever.
Short drop on slant, incomplete off the hands of Jabbar Gaffney.
Well, Gaffney's looking for a flag, and wow, that looked like some early contact by McCourty. The officials are, I don't see a flag on the ground.
Pass interference. Defense, number 32. Automatic first down.
So McCourty gets called for the interference.
Well, he should. It was pretty obvious that he got there early. And mean, that's just a blatant reach out and pinning the right arm of Jabbar Gaffney back to his body. Yeah, that's a pretty easy call. And there's Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator for the Redskins in his second year, and he really has a pretty good unit over there.
Grossman. Across the middle, and that's complete to Gaffney to the 42 and a first down. Well, Bill Belichick did allow that he feels Rex Grossman's inside passing game is more than formidable.
Well, and again, Bill also knows that he's got some real holes in his secondary. Patrick Chung still can't get healthy. He's had receivers playing over there. That's Kyle Arrington, number 24, giving a lot of room to Gaffney. But this is a pass defense that's ranked dead last in the NFL.
Back to the line of scrimmage. Big Vince Wilfork again leading the charge in the middle.
I mentioned that the Patriots were dead last in total yards. They're dead last in passing yards. But then check it out as we get towards the bottom. They're tied for fourth best in takeaways and 13th in points. Those are two things that matter greatly, much more important than the yardage figures.
Already have a takeaway here today. Grossman, play fake over the middle. Hit that inside the 40 to the 39. Santana Moss.
Gerard Mayo got up really slowly. They're a very talented middle linebacker.
Nice job with the football by Rex Grossman.
He's made some quality throws. Now there's been some effective running by Halou, so the play action really means something here. And Rex Grossman able to freeze the linebackers with that play action fake.
Halou trying to turn the corner, and he does. 35, 30, 25. What a burst he has inside the 15-yard line. Finally pulled down by Kyle Arrington.
Well, this crowd here at FedEx Field really responding to Roy Halou because they realize that the Redskins might have found something here. That's a great burst getting to the outside. I've mentioned before that he's a nice combination of speed and power. But when you can get the edge like that, that's high-quality stuff.
Evan Royster, the rookie running back out of Penn State, is in the backfield now, and New England wants a timeout with 2:04 to play in the first quarter, and Washington once again in the red zone. Tom Brady waiting it out on the sideline as the Redskins try to improve on that time of possession stat. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what the Redskins, that's what they have to do. Halou has already got 51 yards rushing. It's on the first quarter.
And yet they're on the short end of the score. Halou inside the 10 to about the 9.
Boy, Halou is all about changing direction. Even on that play in between the guards, he shows great lateral quickness. You know, he had a fantastic career at Nebraska. He had almost 1,300 yards his senior year, and again, you come out of a big-time program like that, you're not startled by what happens in the NFL.
2nd and 6. Another play action. Grossman to the end zone. Touchdown! Gaffney.
Well, Gaffney clears the ball and goes clear up into the seats. Well, the Redskins didn't settle for a field goal on that drive. They got it into the end zone, and again, anything but tight coverage by the Patriots in their secondary.
Gaffney's 4th receiving touchdown on the season, a 9-yarder from Grossman. Graham Gano to add the extra point, and he does. 1:20 to play here in the first quarter, and this capped an 84-yard drive.
Well, again, let's take a look at this from above. And And the first thing you're going to see is outstanding pass protection. Rex Grossman has a great look into the secondary, but in a compressed area like that, Devin McCourty is the nearest New England Patriot, but Gaffney just wide open. Not supposed to be that open back in the end zone. And then this is a much shorter wall than it is at Lambeau. And Gaffney clears it with ease.
Oh, you got to catch him, don't you?
Then, well, I don't know. That guy's wearing a Patriots hat. I don't think he's feeling any love for Jabbar Gaffney, even though Gaffney played 3 years for the Patriots.
Oh, that's no bargain.
Yeah, getting over that wall is a little tougher at places like Lambeau. Pretty easy leap here at FedEx.
So this red zone visit goes well for the Redskins. They're down 14-10 with a minute 20 to play here in the first.
Well, instead of bad Rex, we saw nothing but good Rex on that drive.
Danny Woodhead, Julian Edelman are deep for the kick.
One thing about Rex Grossman, regardless of what happened the series before, he will never stop gunning the football.
Woodhead, about 4 yards deep in the end zone. And down at the 15-yard line. And we have injury on the field. And this is Mike Sellers. And they started signaling for help in a hurry out there.
Mike Sellers right in the middle of your screen there, number 45. And he's got his right arm outstretched, and he gets hit by his own teammate, Riley. And he wants no part of the training staff moving that arm at all.
Looked like when it was outstretched, it got bent backwards.
Yeah, you got to wonder about an elbow injury or Mike Sellers is still down. He's a fullback, H-back.
He's been around a while. This is his 12th season.
Oh, he's been a good pro in the NFL for a lot of years.
Cradling that right arm. Well, Mike Shanahan, he's just seen one injury after another with this team.
Well, you know it's a tough year when you don't even get warm-ups more than 60 seconds old when you lose your starting right tackle, which is what happened with Jamal Brown a little bit ago. And whatever you want to say, this team upset with the suspensions of Fred Davis and Trent Williams. When you've got two frontline guys like that who are repeat offenders with the NFL's drug policy and get that 4-game suspension, the disappointment runs deep.
Well, Mike Shanahan wasn't pleased, that's for sure. From the 15-yard line, this has been Jarvis Green Ellis for a yard, maybe two. Well, we'll give him progress to the 16.
Well, when you get ready to play the Redskins, or you get ready to broadcast the Redskins game, the first thing you see is that 4-8 record. And then you start watching the tape of their defense, and there's nothing about their defense that says 4-8.
By the way, that was the first rushing attempt of the day for the Patriots. Brady on 2nd and 9. Off of Green Ellis, it falls incomplete. And let's get another update from New York. JB and Dano.
Ray Rice wanted the ball more, Dan.
And yeah, after a 10-play, 69-yard drive, Ray Rice off the left side goes in the end zone. 6-yard touchdown, 17-0 Ravens over Indy.
Baltimore 180 total yards to 10 for the Colts. Greg Gumbel, Dan Dierdorf.
All right, guys, thank you. Meanwhile, it's a 3rd and 9, and Redskins fans on their feet. one in Barry Cofield.
Well, we talked about the pressure. It's a necessity. And here it is again. Tom Brady again working out of the spread. Now that is part pressure. That is also part coverage, because Tom Brady loves to get rid of that ball in a hurry. And you can see he's not even close to throwing it. He didn't have an open receiver.
Brandon Banks for the kick. This is a good one. Fair catch called for and made just inside the 50-yard line. So good field position for the Washington Redskins as time runs out in the first quarter. That's the end of one. The Patriots 14 and the Redskins 10. We're coming back to FedEx Field in Landover after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS. As we start the second quarter, teams have exchanged ends. The Redskins tell us Mike Sellers that that elbow injury is questionable to return to this game. Blue, and then the pitch for. Oh, the pass downfield to Moss. To the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Shanahan reaching deep into the playbook.
Well, what a good-looking play. Direct snap to Grossman. He gives it to Halou, and then he flips it around to Brandon Banks, who at 149 pounds doesn't get a lot of muscle on it, but it was enough because Santana Moss was so wide open, he could afford to wait for the underthrown ball. And once again, Bill Belichick has to sit and grind his teeth over a mistake by his secondary. Because it's a scoring play, it's under review.
So Jeff Triplett will do that with 14:49 to play in the first half.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown. Receiver was in bounds all the time.
What we were being told is that the review booth was taking a look to see if Santana Moss might have stepped out of bounds during the course of running that pattern, which means he would be ineligible to be the first person to touch the ball. But he, from everything we saw, he was in bounds comfortably.
An official right down the sideline with him. Gano for the extra point. And that's good. Let's take a look at the quarterback skills of Brandon Banks.
Well, again, it's a lot of ball handling. Grossman to Halou, and then he flips it back to Banks. Rex Grossman actually gets out and gets in the face of Andre Carter. And again, that ball so underthrown, but because Moss was so wide open, he could sit there and wait for it. And James Ahedebo, number 44, the safety, he had to be 15 yards from Santana Moss when that ball left the hands of Brandon Banks. And he just couldn't make up that much ground.
We were talking yesterday with the Redskins about the diminutive Brandon Banks. He is hardly big.
Well, they told us they list him at 155, and we were told that they weigh in every Thursday, and he tipped the scales at a massive 149 pounds.
And is listed at 5'7", and they said, no, even that's stretching it. He's more like 5'6".
You got to have a big heart to walk onto an NFL football field at 5'7", 149 pounds.
And he does all their returning.
49 pounds of that has to be hard.
17-14 Redskins. From the 2, it's Danny Woodhead. And Woodhead across the 20 and out to about the 23-yard line. That is where Brady and company will go to work, and we'll remind you tomorrow on CBS. No better way to celebrate the holidays than a wedding, Hawaiian style. Don't miss a festive new Hawaii 5-0 tomorrow, only CBS.
Well, with the defensive deficiencies that the Patriots have, this offense knows that they've got to score, and they've got to score repeatedly. Now they're averaging 30 points a game, so they've been doing it in the past. This is not a new situation for Brady and this offense.
In many ways, these teams are opposites, Dan.
Yes, they are.
First down for Brady on his own 23, and this has been Jarvis Green. Ellis will stagger step, and he gets outside for a first down. Out of bounds and out the 36-yard line.
And again, that's only the second rushing play of the day for the Patriots. And any time that you get a rushing first down out of the Patriots, that is icing on the proverbial cake. New England has run only 10 plays so far in this game. Redskins 25.
Reload! Reload!
New set of downs for Brady. This has been Jarvis Green Ellis again. Across the 40 to the 41.
One of the things the Patriots are doing is that they like to use Nate Solder as an extra tight end, an H-back, a motion guy. When they do that, even though he had to start the game at right tackle for Sebastian Vollmer, they bring in Marcus Cannon, number 61, to play right tackle.
Nate Solder needs to work on his side.
That is a big H-back at 6'8", 320. He's a conventional tight end.
On 2nd and 5, they give this to Ben Jarvis Green Ellis again, and no gain this time. Back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Rick, you talked about these two teams kind of being opposites in the way they're put together. A strong defense in Washington, a strong offense in New England. This is a group Jim Haslett has over here. Plays with a lot of pride, and they don't surrender yards easily.
3rd and 5. Play clock down to 3. And Brady has to call timeout. 12:47 to play in the first half. New England uses its second timeout.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by New York Life Insurance Company. Garmin. Give a Garmin GPS this holiday season. And by the Philips Norelco Senso Touch 3D, a great shave, dry or wet with gel or foam.
With you, the nation's capital, and we welcome you back to FedEx Field. 3rd and 5.
Greg Wes Welker is without a catch, and Tom Brady less than 50% at 3 of 7. Only Gronkowski and Hernandez have catches so far in this game.
Brady pulls it down, scrambling, looking, throws over the middle, and he's got his man, Wes Welker, for a first down.
Well, they took Welker away. Tom Brady wanted to go to Welker right off the bat. He's going to go. He wanted to see. He pumped right there. He wanted him. And then Brady, not known as the second coming of Joe Montana or Steve Young, really showed some agility. They're buying time.
That pass is incomplete, far side, looking for 2 in a row to Welker.
Well, he was expecting Wes Welker. That's an option route, and he thought Welker was going to stop and sit. And Wes kept going. You can see the two of them right there. That is a rare miscue between the two of them. They normally think exactly alike reading coverages.
2nd and 10. This is Woodhead, straight up the middle. Running room to the 40 and a first down.
Wow, that's twice on this drive that the running game on first down has gotten a 10-yard plus run and moved the chains. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis did it. That time Woodhead did it.
And once again, Brady has the Patriots at the line calling signals. And another miscommunication. This time Deion Branch running down the sideline.
I'm not sure Deion Branch even now is aware that Tom Brady even threw the football his direction. He never turns around. He's just working on his defender, and then I guess finally at the last minute he looks back, but by that time the ball was already bouncing behind him.
2nd and 10, quick pass, and that one sails over Danny Woodhead's head.
Granted, Danny Woodhead is the tallest player in the NFL at 5'8", but that ball from Tom Brady looked like it just got away from him. That ball just sailed on Tom Brady. He doesn't have his fingertips on the laces.
I didn't think he had the same.
No, he did not. His hand was actually on the opposite side of the ball from the laces.
3rd and 10. Brady going, got it inside the 30 to the 25. Chad Ochocinco.
Well, his fingers were on the laces that time. And he threw a dart to Ochocinco. Take a look at him here working against Josh Wilson. And when you spin a corner like that around, you've won the day. And that's exactly what Ochocinco did. When a 360 was executed by Josh Wilson, no way he can respond to that.
The long-time Cincinnati Bengal with only his 13th catch of the year.
He has had a tough road trying to absorb this New England offense.
Brady dodges one tackler toward the end zone and complete. Intended for Gronkowski.
And that ball, I thought, just bounced off one of the Redskins. I think Reed Doughty had the. I don't know if he ever saw the ball. Reed Doughty. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't Doughty. It bounces off of number 24, DeJon Gomes. And Gomes isn't even playing it, and it hits him right in the back of the head.
Boy, and Doughty looked like he had an interception already in his pocket. 2nd and 10. Brady throwing near side. That's Gronkowski, and Gronkowski inside the 20. Forced out by DJ Gomes. Now keep in mind, Gomes is 6 foot, 208 pounds.
Yeah, and this has got to be a matchup that he's been dreading all week, out in space. And watch Gronkowski there. He just pushes him away. But, you know, Gomes circles around behind. You know, he gets shed right there, but then he circles around behind and does a pretty good job of bringing him down after the fact.
3rd and 2. Woodhead takes the pitch, going left side. Blockers in front of him. And squeezes through to about the 13. And that'll be enough for a first down, I believe.
Yes.
Will.
Yep. There's a little of the old student body left. Throwing every available blocker the Patriots had out in front of Danny Woodhead. There's Jim Haslett. Used to be the head coach of the Saints.
Woodhead again. Woodhead to the 5.
Well, that's just tremendous blocking up front. That is a great job off the left side by Light and Mankins and McDonald at center. That was outstanding blocking. Danny Woodhead all the way into the secondary of the Redskins before he's challenged at all.
And now Brady spreading the field on 2nd and 2.
Plenty of times.
Brady over the middle. Popped up in the air, incomplete. Intended for Gronkowski.
Well, Gronkowski got popped as well. You know, in the red zone, he is Tom Brady's go-to guy. We've seen him left alone by some teams, but in this situation here, the Redskins are right there. And there's a little helmet-to-helmet contact. Gomes hits Gronkowski right in the face with his helmet as he's in a defenseless position.
Brady has had a couple of 3rd down conversions on this drive. This is 3rd and 2. Brady. Incomplete at the goal line, intended for Aaron Hernandez.
Well, this is a situation where you normally see completions for touchdowns by the New England Patriots. Aaron Hernandez just selling the inside slant, and Tom Brady delivers a perfect pass and Hernandez should have caught that for a touchdown.
Gostowski with a 23-yard field goal attempt to tie the game, and he does. Tom Brady unhappy with a lot that happened on that drive. 8:56 to play in the first half. We're tied at 17. Once again, you can see the Army and Navy have been left in the end zone as a tribute to the two teams who held their annual contest here yesterday at FedEx Field. Tom Brady's trying to figure things out on the sideline. You can tell he's not happy.
Well, there have been a few misfires. There have been a couple differences in reading coverages and some drops.
Brandon Banks, a yard deep in his end zone. Across the 20 to about the 22. And here comes Rex Grossman, and as he gets set, we'll remind you, got a sports fan on your list, CBSSports.com shop has officially licensed NFL gear and 3-day shipping on every order at shop.cbssports.com. Well, in its last 3 possessions, the Redskins have a field goal and 2 touchdowns.
And Mike Shanahan realizes his offense has outscored the New England offense. Keep in mind it's a tie game, but the New England defense scored a touchdown. Vince Wilfork recovered a fumble in the end zone.
Now Grossman from his own 22. Play action over the middle. Wide open is Stallworth. And Stallworth out to the 46, and it's been a day of big plays for these Redskins.
Well, you used the phrase wide open, and that has been the case a lot of the day so far. Redskins receivers finding some holes in the secondary of the Patriots. Gaffney, here we go across the middle. Rex Grossman for the touchdown to Gaffney. And then after the nice little reverse, Brandon Banks finds Santana Moss.
And here's Roy Halou, and Halou up the middle, across midfield and into New England territory.
Well, quite frankly, at least, I mean, there's a lot of football left to play here, but this 32nd ranked defense of the Patriots so far has been playing to form. When there's 8 minutes left in the second quarter and you have already given up 241 yards of offense to the Redskins, I don't think you want to put a blood pressure cuff on Bill Belichick right now. It might record something near record.
2nd and 2. And here's Halou. And it appears he has a first down at the New England 45. How about when we were talking to Roy Halou yesterday, Dan? He had eye surgery midsummer, and he says, and we said, well, did it make a difference? He says, it's made all the difference in the world. He can see.
I said, well, you're always, such a good receiver. And he said, well, I always thought I was, but I didn't realize I couldn't see the ball very well. I'd turn, and then the ball was always like eating me up. It was getting, it was getting on me too quickly. And then all of a sudden, I have the LASIK surgery, and I can now see the rotation on the ball.
You can see the spin and everything. Grossman to this side. That's Darrell Young. Young to the 40, to the 37. 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, there's this football game that we love evolves year in and year out, but one of the things that never changes is a well-executed screen pass is a good-looking play. And you can see right there that it takes a little patience. And right there, I think, not the most patience. You got to let your blockers develop, let them get out there, get on a hip, let them put somebody on the ground for you, and then make a cut.
2nd and 2. This is Halou again. Halou got the middle, inside the 25 to the 23 or the 22, and another Washington first down. He doesn't just bolt out of the backfield. He takes his time and figures out where he wants to go.
Well, you love a running back with a burst. And look at, this is that zone blocking offense that Mike Shanahan ran for years in Denver. And it's all about the offensive lineman locking up on one of their defender, running with them, not losing their feet. One of them is going to get a seal block, and that's what happened there, and Halou found it.
This is Evan Royster, and Royster inside the 20 to the 18.
This is you know, this is a running game. That's normally what they call a one-cut offense, where it's a stretch play. You're going with it. Now this is just a toss. This is just the play to the other direction that Alou just ran on the last play. But they're making progress on this offensive line. With these guys, they've drafted the kind of guys as athletes that they want on the offensive line.
And running the ball very well with so many key members missing. Grossman, lots of time and running out of time now and goes down. Brandon Dederick with the sack, and Grossman just, I don't know, that clock ran out of time in his head.
Well, I think that he was reminded of that clock when he got sacked in the end zone and coughed up the football. And again, that's exactly what he did. The clock struck midnight, and he said, I'll make the best I can out of this play.
Dederick with his first sack of the season. Third and 9.
No surprise with this offensive line.
Grossman on the move, throws to the far side, and that is intercepted. We have a penalty marker down. Intercepted by Devin McCourty, but let's check the flag in the Washington backfield.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Below the knees.
That's Andre Carter.
15 yards, automatic first down.
Well, a penalty that negates the turnover. There's Andre Carter right in the middle of our screen, number 93. Well, they're going to get him for going low. You're not allowed to go to the knees of the quarterback. And Andre Carter gets called for the personal foul.
So that advances the ball to the 11-yard line.
And Devin McCourty, who had 7 interceptions a year ago and went to the Pro Bowl because of it,
thought he had his first one.
And he did, oh so briefly.
First down, Washington at the New England 11. And Jeff Triplett having a little minor conversation before we resume play.
Triplett asking for the play clock to get reset at 25 seconds.
Alou back into the game in the backfield. This is Alou, left side. Spinning to about 10, so he'll pick up a yard on the play. And we come up on 4 minutes to play here in the first half.
Roy Alou, there is just a lot to like about this young man.
16
Quiet.
carries for 80 yards already today.
And that's, when you talk about having 80 yards and you haven't even hit halftime yet, that's getting it done.
Alou now the only back of Grossman. And a little flip to him, and he's going to lose yardage. Tracy White, number 58. Smelled that one out in the middle of the Patriot defense.
Now from right behind the Washington offense, let's check it out. Just a little flip shovel right up there. But a lot of times it works if the defense has gone upfield past the intended receiver. Andre Carter did, the defensive end, but the linebackers did not. They were sitting right at home, white, male, sitting right there.
Third and 11. Grossman on the slant inside the 10, complete to Jabbar Gaffney. That won't be enough for a first down.
Julian Edelman, the receiver return man / defensive back, makes the tackle. And again, there's Gaffney just coming right in underneath. And I'll say this, Edelman is an accomplished tackler. I mean, it's no wonder that the defensive coaches on the Patriots, when they're in a jam, they'll go, give us Edelman. He may not be the greatest cover guy in the world, but he can tackle.
Graham Gano good from 24 earlier. This one from 25 yards out for the lead. And it's perfect. 2 minutes, 13 seconds to play in the first half. Washington 20, New England 17.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart. And by GMC. Now during the GMC holiday event, trade up to the best Sierra ever and get some of the best offers of the year.
Craig Gumbel, Dan Deerdorf back at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. 3-point lead for the Redskins, 2 minutes 13 seconds to play here in the first half. Entertaining first half.
A very entertaining first half. I think there's a good chance the defensive unit of the Patriots might get a little attention from Bill Belichick at halftime. Earplugs might be recommended.
This is Danny Woodhead, and he will not run it out of the end zone. So the Patriots will get started from their own 20-yard line with 2:13 to play, and right there in the sunlight is Robert Kraft, the head man of the New England Patriots, and his son Jonathan on his left, on your right.
Well, he's a veteran. He knows he has seen his team behind before. A long way to go.
Kevin Falk makes his first appearance of the day in the backfield with Brady. Timeout situation, New England with one, and Falk out of the backfield with the catch and is hit hard just as he crossed the 20-yard line by Perry Riley, the second-year linebacker out of LSU. And with that, we get to the 2-minute warning, 2 minutes to play. Only once this season have the New England Patriots trailed at halftime. That was to the New York Giants back in the first week of November. And they ended up losing that game 24-20. It's the last time the Patriots lost a game. 2nd and 9 for Brady and company. This time over the middle, Gronkowski. Gronkowski off to the races. 40, 35, down to the 30-yard line.
Well, the matchup the Patriots love is Gronkowski against a linebacker. And as athletic as Perry Riley is, he cannot run with Gronkowski.
And we have a penalty marker on the far side of the field.
If you go linebacker man coverage on Rob Gronkowski, you are going to pay for it because he deceives people with his speed being that large.
There is no foul for a face mask on the play. First down.
So that's a 50-yard gain.
Well, that break gave the Redskins defense a chance to go ahead and compose themselves a little bit because Tom Brady was going to put the pedal to the metal.
Handoff is to Kevin Falk, and Falk inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Gronkowski, by the way, 4 catches for 118 yards and a touchdown.
Boy, it's great to see Kevin Falk back in the lineup and out there on the field producing. Hurt all last year with the ACL, started this year PUP.
Brady pulls it down a couple of times and is going to run and is hit at the 20-yard line, and a flag flies. London Fletcher with the hit.
Tom Brady went into that slide
a little late. And London Fletcher, you can't blame him for being upset.
No one has ever accused London Fletcher of being a dirty player. And London, you better watch out. You make contact with an official and you're headed for a shower. I don't know how London Fletcher can stop himself.
Well, the officials are going to talk about it. Let's take a look.
Tom Brady, he's not even on the ground yet when London Fletcher makes contact with him.
Here's Jeff Triplett.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense. Forearmed in the hand of the quarterback as he started to slide. Half the distance to the goal. First
All right,
down.
Jeff Triplett's explanation is that instead of the hit itself being illegal, he hits him with a forearm to the head.
That's not true.
I don't see it.
The forearm came nowhere near it. Hit Brady in the arm, in the forearm.
Tom Brady gave himself up too late to get the protection of that slide, in my opinion.
Here's Falk. And Falk met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back by London Fletcher. London Fletcher is one fired up dude.
Well, London Fletcher is a class act, and so is Tom Brady. But I'll guarantee you that Tom Brady is thinking to himself, uh-oh, I have waited too long to declare myself down. Brady.
On the move again.
See, there's the classic conundrum for a defensive player, because Brady doesn't go into a slide. He keeps running as a runner to the conclusion of the play.
We have 15 seconds remaining in the half. Brady getting his team lined up at the 5. 3rd and goal. Brady over the middle at the feet of Gronkowski with 1 second remaining.
Well, it looked like Tom Brady was expecting Gronkowski to sit down, and Gronkowski keeps moving. Right there. Gronkowski keeps running, and I don't know where the miscommunication was. Either Gronkowski was supposed to sit or Tom Brady made a bad throw. I can't tell. But he was wide open in the end zone, and it is rare to not see that result in a New England touchdown.
Gostowski will try to duplicate his earlier 23-yard field goal, and it is good. And with that, we reach halftime. Coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher have all of his latest NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Sprint halftime report. It's a brand new game. We're tied at 20. Don't go away. Back at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, there's our halftime score. New England and Washington all tied at 20. Let's take a quick look at the Droid Razor play presented by Motorola, Dan.
Well, a lot of trickeration going on this play. Grossman to Halou. Halou then flips it back to Brandon Banks. And while he doesn't get a lot on this, it's severely underthrown. Santana Moss was so wide open that he could almost fair catch it like a punt, and then he takes it in for the long scoring play. And it really has been, it has been the Redskins' ability to put points on the board, the biggest surprise of the first half.
Greg Gumbel along with Dan Deerdorf, and I guess the real surprise is that the Redskins have been able to hang in offensively with the New England Patriots.
And you know, and if there's another sidebar story that's pretty darn big, it's the passing game of New England in the first half looked totally out of sync. A couple big plays, but the reality is Tom Brady, 8 of 19 in the first half.
Patriots get their hands on the ball first here in the second half, and this kick will sail all the way through the end zone, and the Patriots and Brady will start on their own 20-yard line.
I mean, to think that Tom Brady is less than 50% is really a shock, the way this passing game has been going. But, you know, we've got miscommunication with receivers. We've got balls that are sailing over the top of receivers. We've got normally sure-handed guys that aren't making the catch. You know, we saw the couple tremendous plays. We saw Rob Gronkowski with a good first half, but this is not the Patriots passing game that Patriots fans have grown accustomed to watching.
These teams have combined for 6 trips to the red zone, 3 each, and they've scored 1 touchdown each from in there. From the 20-yard line now, Brady starting out throwing here in the second half. Tipped on the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete.
Now, before we lay all the blame at the feet of the New England Patriots, I think you got to give Jim Haslett and this defensive unit of the Redskins some props. They have pressured Brady. Their coverage has been pretty good. And again, we talked about it before. They aren't the reason the Redskins are 4-8.
Yeah, he told us exactly what he wanted to do today, and he's done it so far.
Tom Brady knew coming into this game that they were playing a pretty formidable defensive unit.
Quick pass to the near side. That's Welker, and Welker has a first down across the 30, out to about the 34-yard line.
Let's look at some halftime numbers here. And again, you see the Redskins with 270 yards of total offense. It's time of possession in their favor. Look at all the 10-plus plays in this game, 15 of them in the first half between the two teams. You expected that from Tom Brady and the Patriots, but Rex Grossman and the Redskins, a surprise.
Brady over the middle, a little bit behind Gronkowski, incomplete. And a penalty marker on the far side. And number 23, D'Angelo Hall, just picked that penalty marker up, threw it downfield, and then more markers came raining down. That's just stupid.
He'll get an unsportsmanlike conduct probably for that.
There are 2 fouls on the play prior to the pass. Holding number 23 in the defense. 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Then the official, number 23, unsportsmanlike conduct, picked up and threw the official's flag. That 15-yard penalty will also be enforced.
Yes, he did. He threw it good ways down the field.
Well, that's the double whammy. All right, there's Wes Welker working on Hall. There's the hold. He just continued the contact well beyond the 5-yard mark. You know, now Welker did a good job of selling it by going to the ground, and there D'Angelo picked it up and threw the marker downfield. And then they really came sailing in.
That just makes no sense.
Well, I know you're frustrated, but D'Angelo Hall's been around long enough to be more professional than that.
What you don't have to do is give Tom Brady 15 more yards. This is Welker inside the 40 to about the 37.
Well, and Tom Brady trying to get Wes Welker involved in the passing game because he was a non-factor basically in the first half. It's just his 3rd reception of the game because he's had 2 in a row.
2nd and 1. This is Woodhead, and Woodhead to about the 35, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Well, the New England offense has been on quite a roll, and you know, this is a challenge, and these are the kind of challenges that prepare a team for a playoff run. Question about the Patriots: how far can they go in the playoffs if their defense doesn't pick up their play?
Brady going to walk over here and have a personal conversation with Gronkowski. And Brady throws over the middle to Welker, and Welker struggles to the 27.
And D'Angelo Hall reaches down and helps Wes Welker to his feet. And this ball was actually a little bit behind Welker. Welker running that option route, and you can see he did a good job.
This is Woodhead, near side of the field. And a penalty marker at the 25.
Looks like a holding call here.
Holding number 72 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Matt Light on the near side.
Professing his innocence.
Do any offensive linemen ever said, yeah, I did it?
Yeah, there's been some times. Sure, I think they do.
You did?
Yeah, because there are some times where the evidence is overwhelming. You know, sometimes you just drag the guy to the ground if he's gonna break your quarterback in half.
Brady on 2nd and 12, lofting it over the middle and incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, with that back to New York. JB and Dan Marino.
Rookie T.J. Yates making amends, Dan.
Yes, off a turnover, T.J. Yates, 6-yard touchdown to Joel Dreesen. 16-10 Cincinnati in the 3rd quarter.
Nice way to come back by the young fella. Let's go back to Greg Gumbel and Dan Deerdorf.
T.J. Yates channeling his inner Dan Marino.
Well, Brady had the matchup he wanted last time. He had London Fletcher on Gronkowski. Fletcher giving away almost
clock down to 3. Let's see what Hazlitt dials up. He dials up a blitz. Little pass over the middle, and it's caught by Gronkowski. Still on his feet. 10-5, touchdown.
Good Gronk.
And penalty markers down.
That was a beautiful touch pass by Tom Brady.
Holding defense number 91. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
The penalty is on the rookie Ryan Kerrigan.
Watch this pass from Tom Brady. Watch how softly he drops this right onto the hands of Rob Gronkowski. And then Kerrigan, the rookie, a big, strong guy, and I mean a really strong guy, just gets shed by Gronkowski. Now he gets called for having held Gronkowski before that, and right here is in great position to make the tackle, and Gronkowski runs right through it.
The extra point is good. New England has a 27-20 lead. Gronkowski with the spike in the end zone, and he's headed for the seats. That's number 91, Ryan Kerrigan. He could not corral Gronkowski, and Gronkowski with his NFL record 15th touchdown catch.
And what a beautifully designed play. We'll show it to you in a little bit, but it was special.
Brandon Banks scooting along the ground. This is Banks from the 5. Bouncing off tackles across the 25 out to about the 27-yard line. So Rob Gronkowski adds to his NFL record. He's now got 15 receiving catches for touchdowns this season.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. TD Ameritrade. And by Jaguar. See the new model year lineup at jaguarusa.com.
The Redskins from their own 28, down by a touchdown. And Grossman will start with the play fake. Under pressure, and he delivers to Gaffney. And Gaffney out to the 49-yard line for a first down. Now let's go back to a very pretty play by the Patriots.
Well, you know, you try to keep a guy from getting a release. Here's Gronkowski right here, but look, he fakes like he's pass blocking. He sets up as if he's going to pass block Kerrigan, and then he takes off after that little delay, and Kerrigan has already decided he's going to become a pass rusher, and he's beside Gronkowski when he tries to release. No choice but to grab him.
Here's Alou, left side, turning the corner, and knocked out of bounds. At about the 42 or the 41-yard line, very close to another first down.
That was really a well-designed play, and then Brady.
And James Ahedebo still on the ground.
He's been bothered by his shoulder a lot of the season, and man, this is what the Patriots do not need, another injury in their depleted secondary.
That's Ahedebo. He was down as we left you. He is back on his feet and appears to be ready to return. Meanwhile, Gronkowski is just having a heck of a day. You know, the record for a tight end as far as yardage receiving is 214 by one Shannon Sharp back in the 02 season. Alou dropped it, picks it up, can't turn the corner.
Well, it looked like the pitch from Grossman was okay. It was right on the hands of Roy Halou. It was right there, and you could see he didn't look it in. He picked his head up to look at the defense downfield right there. The great look of his eyes being downfield, and he doesn't handle the pitch.
So now it's 3rd and 3. Grossman, and that's complete. And still on his feet is Santana Moss, all the way to the 29-yard line in the first down.
Well, Rex Grossman does does a good job here of sitting in the pocket. Yep, he's not able to step into it, and then Ihedebo is back in the game, and he's got the coverage on Santana Moss and can't make the tackle.
That's 9 straight completions for Rex Grossman. So he's on a roll, and the Redskins are inside the New England 30. Evan Royster in the backfield. Play fake. Grossman, deep drop, running out of time, and was hit as he let go. Andre Carter was in on the quarterback.
Andre Carter touched on it earlier, moving over from the Redskins, and I'll tell you, Carter has been just a fantastic addition. You see him working around the edge, getting around Willie Smith, and Grossman just waiting for a receiver to come open, and he identifies at the last minute a place to get rid of the football. And smartly, he got rid of the football where there was a receiver near enough by that he didn't get called for the intentional grounding.
Grossman, straight drop, sets up the screen. Tripping and falling is Evan Royster.
And there's Vince Wilfork, and he's going to get called for putting a helmet on a guy who was on the ground. Now, this is the National Football League. When a guy hits the ground, he can get up and go.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, blow to the head as the runner is down but not contacted at that point. An unnecessary hit. 15 yards, automatic first down.
There, that's driving in there. It wasn't with the helmet, but a guy's on the ground, and Vince Wilfork comes in, and you see he leads with that forearm, and unnecessary roughness is the call, saying that was a lot more than what was necessary.
So now the Redskins with a first down at the Patriot 18.
10-15 years ago, that would have never been a penalty. It's just player safety has changed the way. When a guy's on the ground like that, if it's not necessary, you're not going to get away with it.
This is Halou, left side, cuts it, inside, 10. And down at about the 5-yard line. Boy, is he quick.
He's got tremendous lateral quickness. He's not bad in the straightaway either, but he's just the perfect kind of back for this offense. And again, he runs with his legs underneath him. In other words, he doesn't overextend them to where, you know, he slips or slides. He runs with power.
And for the third straight game, he's a 100-yard rusher.
A lot to like.
This time he'll go right. And made it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll be second and goal.
I know this has to be frustrating for Patriots fans that, you know, their offense puts together a good drive, gets out to a touchdown lead, and then here come the Redskins right back down the field. And keep in mind, this is a Redskins offense that struggles to score. They're averaging less than 17 points a game. And in this score-happy NFL, that's hard to believe.
Second and goal. Halou. It'll be third and goal.
Well, that is truly a case of nowhere to go. He ran into just a solid wall. Wilfork and Love were both in there. They were the primary defenders that put a total log jam at the point of attack.
But Mike Shanahan did not want to see this red zone trip wasted. Third and goal from the 6. Grossman throwing. Touchdown! David Anderson. His first touchdown catch of the year.
James Ihedebo was the nearest Patriots defender. A cluster formation to the right. And again, as we have seen all too often, someone with a lot of separation in the end zone against the Patriots. And you can see Hedebo, who's got the man coverage on Anderson. He can't navigate his way through traffic. He's got to run around traffic. It wasn't a pick.
Cano for the tie. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the third, and the Redskins comes clawing back. We're tied at 27.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state. And by Cross Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Welcome back to FedEx Field, the scene yesterday of a close Army-Navy game, and this one can't get any closer. We're tied at 27. That's Julian Edelman deep for the Patriots. This one will not be run out of the end zone, and the Patriots will start from their own 20-yard line. Give us a chance to tell you they work in secret to stop crime before it happens. Thursday, they'll finally come face-to-face with the detective who wants to stop them. New person of interest. Thursday, only CBS. By the way, we keep mentioning that Army-Navy game here yesterday. We have to give some kudos to our crew who worked long and hard last night getting us set up to work here this afternoon.
Been a busy couple of days for all of the production staff here at CBS Sports, both the college guys and then the NFL guys who came in afterwards. And, well done, everybody.
Brady on first down with time over the middle. And Aaron Hernandez is hit. Go back to that touchdown.
Well, you know, it's man coverage, and you take a look at Anderson right here, and here's the Hedebo. But watch the release here by these guys, and the Hedebo is going to get caught up in the wash. There's Gaffney's release, and you can see he's picked off by his own man, Devin McCourty.
This is Kevin Falk up the middle. And Falk brought down about a yard and a half short of a first down.
Third down.
By London Fletcher, along with DJ Gomes. What did Andre Carter tell us? He said he, of course, was teammates with London Fletcher, and he said, if there's such a thing as London Fletcher juice, I want some.
I want some. Yeah, well, when you play 14 years and never miss a game, and Tom Brady will do that if he senses that you're not ready on a short yardage situation. He'll call for the quarterback sneak, and 99 times out of 100, he picks up the first down with ease. And Tom's keeping his team at the line of scrimmage. And here goes this high-pressure, up-tempo New England offense.
And the Patriots say they'll do this if they get a certain defensive package on the field that they want to keep on the field.
They want to try to keep these 11 guys out there.
Brady. This is Hernandez. Hernandez inside the 45, down at the 40-yard line of the Redskins.
Well, Tom Brady takes advantage of some pretty good blocking. He's able to hold on to this football and step up into the pocket. He evades the rush right there. He gets away from Carricker, buys a little extra time.
Out to the near side, this is Wes Welker, and Welker out of bounds at the 25. Patriots appear to be getting into that familiar offensive rhythm.
And the Redskins did a late substitution here because that play ended basically in front of their own bench. But now they got to get all their communication down before Brady gets his snap.
First down at the Washington 24, and the yardage piling up on both sides. Running out of time, shakes one tackler, and now throws to Welker to the 5, touchdown!
Great job by Tom. and 87 are the first guys to pop into his mind. It's good.
4:26 to play in the third. We understand we've been having a few technical issues. For that, we apologize. We're coming back to Landover in just a moment. 34-27, Patriots. That note right there at the bottom of your screen tells you that the punters have been a little chilly on the sidelines. We welcome those of you just joining us here in Landover. Greg Gumbel along with Dan Deerdorf and the rest of our CBS Sports crew. 34-27 New England.
That note also tells us that both defensive coordinators have headaches.
Brandon Banks is deep for the kick. And we'll get a chance to run this one back as we come down at about the 5-yard line. Banks right up the middle. And across the 25, and we get a late flag.
During the return, holding number 37 of the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
The penalty is on Reed Doughty.
Well, here's a New England touchdown. Tom Brady evades a pass rush, buys some extra time. Great look at him looking downfield. He manipulates the secondary with that pump to the right, and then he finds Wes Welker, who comes across the field to help his quarterback. And D'Angelo Hall has the tough assignment of trying to guard Welker man on man for an extended period of time. Kerrigan, the talented rookie, wow, when you get that close to Tom Brady in the pocket as a rusher, you have got to bring him down.
So now Grossman from his own 12. That pass is complete to Gaffney, and Gaffney out to the 21-yard line.
Well, the last time that New England took a one-touchdown lead, the Redskins marched right down the field and tied it up.
There's been significant marching back and
Yes,
forth
sir.
this afternoon.
I think Rex Grossman and this Washington offense has averaged less than 17 points a game all season long, surprising people with 27 already, and we're still in the third quarter.
This is Halou. Already 100 yards rushing today. At the top of the day, we made it clear that the New England Patriots could clinch the AFC East Championship with a win and a New York Jet loss. But at last report, the Jets were beating Kansas City.
I think they were whooping up on them pretty good. And New England finds themselves in a real scrap here at FedEx Field.
Devin Royster now in the backfield on first down. This is Royster. Left side finds running room. Across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Kyle Arrington with the tackle.
Well, again, here, Roy Halou has been doing most of the damage, and now it's Royster's turn. But look at that blocking. Look at that seal on the inside, a missed tackle by Arrington, and again, just a wide open seam off the left side for this Washington offense.
So first down at the 40.
Look how far New England's playing off the ball, trying to play this run.
This is Royster again, and Royster for a couple.
You got the New England defense an entire yard off the ball.
Those of you who just joined us, yesterday's Army-Navy game was held here, and tribute to them, the names of the respective academies remain in the end zone for today's game. Second and 7.
A lot of talk before this game about the condition of this field. Through 3 quarters, it has held up pretty well.
Short drop. That attempt at the line falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 7. You know, Dan, the old saying, you are what you are, and I think what we know about this New England Patriots team, once they do make the postseason, as they have all season, they simply have to outscore the other guys because it's apparent their defense isn't going to be up to stopping people very long, especially when it comes to the better teams in the playoffs.
Well, we'll see where this Patriots team ends up, Greg, but you're right. This is not the defensive team that really got the Patriots into the Super Bowls that they played in the past. Bruschi and Harrison and Vrabel, those guys are long gone.
Grossman escapes trouble and throws, and that one is complete. We have a penalty marker down in the middle of the field. Jamar Gaffney says the Patriots are guilty of a hold. Jamar Gaffney's not wearing a striped shirt.
Prior to the pass, holding number 11 to the defense. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is a first down.
It's Julian Edelman, the wide receiver turned defensive back.
Well, as Edelman and Matthew Slater, another receiver, have been doing, they have been playing a lot of defensive snaps, and it's out of necessity. This is just a completely decimated secondary for the Patriots. They need to get Patrick Chung back, and they need to get him back badly.
On first down, this is Royster, and Royster inside the 45 to about the 43. Hey, a reminder, you can vote today to send your favorite players to the 2012 Pro Bowl in Hawaii. Vote online or with your mobile device at NFL.com/Pro Bowl or text Pro Bowl to MyNFL. That's 69635.
We've got another flag down. Jeff Triplett talking to his guys.
There's no foul for a holding on the play. The player was pushed to the ground. It'll be second down.
You know, over the years, that's one of the things that the officiating crew has really done a pretty good job of you know, not being reluctant to pick up a flag after they have a little conference and get another perspective on what the other guys on the crew saw.
Dan, in your playing days, did an official ever say I was wrong publicly?
No. They when a flag hit the ground, it very rarely ever got picked up.
Second and 8. Play action over the middle, incomplete. Nice job defensively by McCourty on Dante Stallworth.
Well, that was tight coverage. We saw Stallworth get behind McCourty in the first half, but that was really well done by the young corner.
Kyle Shanahan, offensive coordinator. Rex Grossman told us yesterday that their play pass has been what they've done well all season long, and what he needs to improve on are plays like this, execution of third down drop back plays. Grossman, far side of the field, and overthrows the intended receiver there, number 89, Santana Moss. For the first time in a long time, we're going to see a punt.
And that was a good illustration of the problems they've been having with their conventional drop back game. That wasn't even close to, he didn't have a second option. The coverage was tight on his primary receiver, and that was it. He just threw it out of bounds.
Wes Welker is deep. Fair catch ball made out at about the 18-yard line. So 28 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Here comes Rob Gronkowski, who's had himself a pretty good day.
Well, if you say 155 yards in receiving and a couple touchdowns, look at the effort here. As he gets up, he was not touched. And now two guys have a hold of him. So what? I just keep on going. He finished off that drive with that touchdown reception from Tom Brady. And then there's his second touchdown. And that was Ryan Kerrigan, the #1 draft pick, a 265-pound linebacker that he ran away from to score that touchdown.
And he has set an NFL record for touchdown catches by a tight end in one season. He's up to 15 now. And that pass play to Wes Welker out to about the 25-yard line.
Well, the New England defense finally forced a Washington punt. And with the lead, now we'll see what this New England offense does.
And we'll see if Tom Brady wants to get this play off before the third quarter expires. No, he does not. We come to the end of 3. New England leading at 34-27. Back after this message and a word from your local station. CBS Sports crew here at FedEx Field, and Wes Welker, Dan, climbing into some pretty nice company in the receiving area.
Well, with 3 games and 1 quarter left to play, He's sitting right at 100. He's already had seasons of 112, 111, 123. And for not the biggest guy in the world, and for a guy who operates an awful lot in the middle of the field where he takes heavy hits, pretty darn impressive.
7 catches for 86 yards and a touchdown today. 2nd and 3 for Brady and the Patriots. Brady, quick pass, and that's complete on the far side of the field of Gronkowski, and that is enough for a first down.
Nothing glamorous about that, but it's a stick mover. It moves the chains. And Rob Gronkowski, I wonder what Tom Brady thought the first time he saw him out on the field and saw the way he could move and the way he has such soft hands and can make great catches. His eyes must have lit up.
Far side of the field, and that one is complete to Tyquan Underwood. And with that, we get an update from JB and Dan in New York.
Breeze inching closer to Unitas.
Yes, Drew Brees with his 40th straight game with a touchdown pass, 35 yards to Marcus Colston down the middle of the field. Where's the defense, JB? 16-10, New Orleans Saints.
Saints clinched the South with a win and an Atlanta loss. Greg.
All right, guys, thank you. That's Drew Brees. I'm sure there's another guy there. You just don't want to give him all day for the receiver.
No. And for not being the biggest guy, I think that's what's really impressive about Drew Brees. They list him, I believe, at 6 feet. He's working every bit of it to get to 6 feet.
Redskins fans would like to see a defensive stop here on 3rd and 1. Ben Jarvis, Green, Ellis, the deep back. And Brady will give it to him. He'll try the left side and come up, looks like about a half a yard short.
I know you got to change it up every now and then, but I've never been a big fan of running a perimeter play on 3rd and really short. You do have to change it up every now and then. They go to the power side. Hernandez is out there making a block. Nate Solder's playing tight end. But now, we've had what now? Back-to-back punts.
I don't know what we're going to do. We're not used to this.
No, we haven't seen this all day.
Brandon Banks is deep for Washington. Nesco. High, moving kick. And Banks will let it bounce and it'll roll into the end zone for the touchback. 12:43 to play in the 4th quarter. Washington with the football and down a touchdown. Here at FedEx Field, the owners of the teams in action here today. On the left, Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, and on the right, Redskins owner Daniel Snyder, who worked so hard to bring the Army Navy game to this area and to this stadium yesterday. From the 20-yard line, Rex Grossman. Play fake to Halou. Grossman got his man across the 40. Santana Moss to the 46, and a first down, penalty marker way back upfield. And this is coming back.
Holding 79 to the offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Rookie Maurice Hurt.
And again, a reminder that this Redskins offensive line is playing without a couple of their supporters. And that's a good upfield rush that time by Dedrick, and he gets the arm underneath and forces the hold. But again, Trent Williams, their starting left tackle, suspended by the National Football League. Their starting right tackle, Jamal Brown, injures his groin in pregame warm-ups and can't play a snap today. And their leading receiver, Fred Davis, he's also been suspended for 4 games, and there's been no tight end production at all today by the Redskins.
1st and 20, pass over the middle. That is complete to Roy Halou. And with that, we get another update from New York. JB and Dan Marino, guys.
Palco threading the needle.
Yes, 8 plays, 65 yards. Tyler Packle down the middle of the field to Jeremy Urban in a crowd. 24-yard touchdown, 35-10 Jets.
Long ways to go. Back to Greg and Dan.
All right, guys, thank you. Well, the Patriots were looking for a win here and a loss by the Jets to clinch the AFC East. Doesn't appear that the Jets are going to be cooperative.
And they still have a lot of their own business to take care of.
This is Halou, right side. And nudges the ball across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. And this is a look at the playoff picture with division leaders Pittsburgh, New England, Houston, and Denver. And a lot of people in the wild card hunt.
Yeah, Pittsburgh with the win Thursday night over Cleveland. And I know a lot of people, especially, you know, Patriots fans are going, wow, we'll just run the table. And, you know, that's a closer look at this Redskins team. Might have not made, I wouldn't have made such a cavalier thought public.
3rd and 10. Grossman, quick pass on the slant, incomplete. And stepping in to break that up was McCourty.
And again, another forced punt. This is 2 in a row now that the Redskins offense hasn't been able to put together a good drive. And that is just, that's very tight coverage. McCourty sitting on the pattern, reading it all the way.
So Edelman is deep for the upcoming kick, along with Kevin Falk. Edelman from the 35, 45, and just across midfield into Washington territory. About 10.5 to play in the 4th quarter. A record-setting day for the tight end, Rob Gronkowski. You kind of don't think he's finished quite yet for the afternoon.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Sears. Honda. Come see the wide selection and incredible offers at your Honda dealer during Happy Honda Days. And by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Here we go.
Patriots
59!
from the Washington 49. 10.5 to play here in the 4th quarter.
Over here, Splasher! Splasher! Go Splasher! Go Splasher! 59!
And this is Woodhead. Maybe a yard if they're lucky.
Greg, it was interesting when we talked to Tom Brady. I asked him, I said, Tom, on a normal week, how much film do you watch? And instead of giving it to me in hours and minutes, he goes, all of it. In other words, the technology available to these players today, he watches next week the opponent. He watches them on the airplane on the way home from the game they just played.
He'll be studying Denver tonight.
Yes.
He
said, by the time I get in Tuesday morning and we start to work on the game plan or whatever, he said, I've seen everything.
Over the middle, Hernandez. Hernandez has a first down. Close to the 35.
Well, right now, a lot of pressure. The Patriots are leaning on this Redskins defense. And we've got a Redskins player that's hurt on the other side of the field.
It's number 22,
yeah.
Kevin Barnes.
He was in on the tackle, and he's on a knee on the far side.
Meanwhile, reminder for you what's coming up next here on CBS. Carson Palmer and the Oakland Raiders will be the latest to hand the Green Bay Packers a defeat. That'll be at Lambeau Field, and the unbeaten Packers will be taking on the Raiders, while the Buffalo Bills meet the San Diego Chargers. That's up next here on CBS.
Well, we'll see how the Raiders do in the Central Time Zone. Their performance in the Eastern Time Zone not very good at all. And Barnes, you could see, was bleeding in his mouth. He cut himself somehow. But Carson Palmer, he's been to a few rodeos. He's not going to be intimidated by playing at Lambeau. Right now, Rex Grossman can only watch.
Go down!
Brady looks rattled, doesn't he?
As usual.
Yeah.
20!
First down from the 35.
27!
Brady, this side of the field, and the diving catch is made by Danny Woodhead.
That's one of the things Tom Brady shows. Tremendous patience in the passing game. He'll take a 4-yard completion and be happy with it.
That's a long time to throw the football without being picked off.
He's had a bunch of long streaks in this game.
What are you doing?
33 touchdown passes in the year, 10 interceptions.
Under 8.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Brady throwing the other way, and that was complete. And this is Hernandez. Hernandez inside the 20 to about the 17.
See, another short pass, but when you're throwing to a playmaker, you set them up to succeed. And that's exactly what Tom Brady does here. You can't run a simpler out pattern than that. But Aaron Hernandez, so good after the catch. So good. Such athleticism and downfield speed. He makes people miss on a regular basis.
59! Orange! We go!
This is Woodhead trying to turn the corner, and he does inside the 10. He's out of bounds.
Well, nice job of play calling there by Bill O'Brien and the offensive staff. You nicked him a couple times with short passes, and now the old-fashioned toss play. Getting some bodies out front there, Soldiers out there on the corner. Nick McDonald around the corner.
And now first and goal for the Patriots from the 6. Short time on the play clock, down to 5. Woodhead, left side, behind blocking, ducks inside the 5 to about the 4.
Boy, that was actually good run support that time by D'Angelo Hall. Primarily known as a cover guy. He got up there and set the edge, and he's the reason that play didn't go anywhere.
And now we're under 7 minutes to play in the 4th. Brady with his team back up there in a hurry. Brady with time over the middle and off the fingertips of Wes Welker.
Now there is another rare miscue between these two, because Wes Welker was wide open. I mean, this is just pitch and catch between these two. And Wes had to be amazed that he's this wide open, and the ball was, it was on his back shoulder, but that's normally a can of corn for Wes Welker.
3rd and goal. Brady, back of the end zone, intercepted. Intercepted by Josh Wilson.
Well, a defense up against the ropes, and Wilson gets away with a jersey grab in the end zone, but sensational interception.
Well, anytime Tom Brady throws an interception, he's unhappy. You know he is not happy with an end zone interception. The Redskins take over their own 20-yard line, and this is Halou, left side.
Especially even a field goal makes it a 2-score game. And Tom just tries to feather this in, and Josh Wilson makes he undercuts the route and makes a tremendous interception. I mean, that is awesome. But look at this. Tom Brady and Bill O'Brien, his offensive coordinator, fill in the blanks. That is a heated conversation.
And still goes. 2nd and 8. Play fake to Halou. Grossman. Incomplete. Thrown too low.
Now, this went on for a while. O'Brien comes back for a little bit more. Coaches are trying. Bill Belichick finally has to come over and say, calm down, guys. Let me tell you something. Tempers flare on the sidelines all the time. That is not the first time a coach and a player have ever yelled at each other. It's not the end of the world. Nobody should be happy about throwing an interception in the end zone.
Meanwhile, Grossman has to make something of that interception now. 3rd and 8. And that one's across the 30-yard line and complete to Dante Stallworth for a first down.
And Rex Grossman he delivered that one right there, and it was a laser. Stallworth just sits down right in front of McCourty, and McCourty's coverage was pretty darn good. But that was, look at Stallworth. He's not going to give that thing up.
Royster up the middle for another first down across the 45 to the 48. Evan Royster is a rookie out of Penn State, 6th round draft choice.
And I know New England fans are going, we have seen this before. An inability of our defense to close it out.
Get hot! Red 80! Red 80's hot!
The pitch for Royster. Across midfield and into Patriot territory to the 46. Under 4.5 to play.
We had talked earlier about this being the last ranked defense in the league in terms of the number of yards that they give up. On average, over 400 yards a game. Washington just a little over their average at 416 right now. But they surrender points a little more difficult.
Kalou back into the lineup. And this is across the 45 to the 44-yard line. I remind you, time permitting after the game, the NFL Today update presented by Verizon. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Bill Cowher will have all the latest NFL scores and highlights. Things are a little quieter over on the Patriot bench.
Well, there they are side by side. Again, stuff like that. Hey, it's a sign you're interested in what's going on.
It looked like one of our production meetings for a while. 3rd and 2. And now Washington takes a timeout. 3:29 to play in the 4th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Sprint. All football, no limits, only from Sprint. And by Subway Restaurants. Give a $25 Subway card today.
$3:29 to play here in the 4th. 3rd and 2 for the Redskins. Grossman with time, throwing, got his man inside the 30. Jabbar Gaffney to the 21 and a first down.
Well, these Washington receivers are sitting down in this New England zone, right between the linebackers and the safeties. You can see McCourty just shoves him off, but look at the hole in that zone. Ehedebo, the safety, is way deep.
And Ehedebo is still down on the ground again.
But again, just working just a simple little pattern into just sitting down in that zone. You read zone, you alter your pattern, you sit down.
And once again, they're looking at Ehedebo.
Well, again, we mentioned earlier, he's got a bad shoulder. That's what they're looking at again. He's in exactly the same position he was over on the sideline a couple series ago. He came right back in after only missing one play. So obviously James Ehedebo is playing hurt and being tough.
And a very determined looking Tom Brady. And you know, we just saw a glimpse of it, but that goody two-shoes impression that a lot of people get of Tom Brady, he is a fierce leader on the field.
The cool, calm, collected thing is out on the field, but I just love Tom Brady, what he has become in terms of a leader and a guy with passion, a guy who so desperately wants to win. He's the old, you know, you chew a guy's leg off to win. And Tom Brady at 34 years old, 12 years in the league, he just shows extraordinary leadership skills.
And we get a window into that personality when we talk to his young receivers like Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski, who says he gets on us a lot.
Yeah, I know Peyton Manning for years got, you know, a lot of credit, and justifiably so, for the way that he takes his football team and puts it on his shoulders. Brady does exactly the same thing with Peyton.
Evan Royster is in the backfield. Royster gets the handoff. Inside the 15. No, make it Halou. Halou to about the 12.
And he's a rookie. And this is, he hasn't played a whole lot of football for the Redskins, but the fans are already savvy enough that they start breaking into the Halou every time he carries the ball.
He's up to 119 yards on 25 carries today.
3 consecutive games now that he's got 100 or more yards.
2nd and 1.
And right now the Redskins are acting, you know, they're playing out the old adage, we're on scholarship too.
And Halou picks his way inside the 10, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, this will be quite a test here now for the Redskins, because you've got 1st and goal just inside the 10. It's a long way to go in a compressed field.
2 minutes to play. I think you could say they're hog wild here in Landover.
And they have been for a long time.
2 minutes to play. The Patriots with a 1-touchdown lead. Washington, 1st and goal. The ball just inside the 10-yard line. Roy Halou and Darryl Young in the backfield behind Grossman. Halou to the 5. The timeout situation, New England has 3 remaining. Washington has 2.
But that was good yardage. Good surge there by the Redskins offensive line. That can be the longest 9 yards you got to cover when you just get inside that 10-yard line. And you got 4 downs, obviously, to do so, because you need a touchdown. Interesting question is, if the Redskins score, how daring is Mike Shanahan going to be?
To go for 1 or to go for 2.
That's exactly right. It's a team with nothing to lose.
Play clock down to 3, and Grossman has to call a timeout. So Grossman has to use a timeout, and Washington has 1 left. And you and I were talking about that situation during the previous timeout, Dan. If the Redskins were driving for a postseason berth, it might be a different story.
Oh, no, not might be. It's a total. No question. You kick the extra point, you go to overtime. But you're a 4-8 football team. Let's say you lose the coin toss. New England gets the ball. What are the odds of Tom Brady driving the team down and kicking a field goal or scoring a touchdown or whatever and winning the game?
Whereas if they score a touchdown here, you have a shot at knocking off one of the premier teams in the NFL.
I think when you're 4-8, the only luxury you might have is getting to play by a different set of rules when it comes to making decisions like that.
2nd and goal. Grossman rolls right, throw, end zone, touchdown. Penalty marker is down.
Well, Hedemo is arguing for offensive interference.
Pass interference, number 89 of the offense.
And he got it.
Penalty, still 2nd down.
Santana Moss, who caught the touchdown pass, called for offensive interference.
And that hog right there, he knows the gravity of that penalty. Because now you have really backed yourself up.
So now it's 2nd and goal from the 15. Grossman throwing inside the 10, and that's complete to David Anderson. 1 minute to play.
Boy, and Devin McCourty, who's got a bad shoulder, now he's walking around with his right arm hanging down at his side. He has no interest in moving that right arm. He's trying to get the feeling back in it. And he's, again, another Patriots defensive back that is playing really banged up.
3rd and goal from the original line of scrimmage. Grossman stepping up over the middle. Intercepted. Picked off by Gerard Mayo.
Well, Grossman trying to get the ball to Santana Moss. All the time in the world, only a 3-man New England rush. Wilfork never leaves the line of scrimmage, and he puts it right onto the hands of Santana Moss, who bobbles it, and in the process, basically flips it right in the air, right to Gerard Mayo. And the question is going to be, did Mayo did he field this ball cleanly without it hitting the ground? Well, that look we had right there, Vince Wilfork blocks it.
Well, that's what Jeff Triplett is looking at.
Well, yeah,
Meanwhile, Gerard Mayo was helped off the field by his teammates.
I mean, we're inside 2 minutes, so this isn't a challengeable situation. This is automatic from the booth upstairs. Did Gerard Mayo completely control the football when it lands on the ground? The ball can touch the ground, but you have to have it completely and firmly under control.
And does Jeff Triplett see anything to overturn the call on the field?
Again, we can't see it from that angle either because of the way that Mayo spins his body. One more look at it here. I don't think there's any question the ball touches the ground. It's all about control.
Again, have we seen anything that would overturn the call?
I don't think that I have. Right there we see the ball contact the ground, but we can't see how firmly it's in his grasp when it touches the ground. I try as we might, and it doesn't matter what you think, it only matters what you see. I don't know that Jeff Triplett can overturn this.
Well, what's at stake here is if he does, then Washington gets another chance.
Here he comes.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
I don't think he had any choice but to say exactly that. Well, give some credit to Tracy White, the linebacker, who was making it difficult for Santana Moss, but Moss should have controlled that football. And 10 wins is 10 wins. And check it out. I love you, man. There's Bill O'Brien and Tom Brady.
For the first time ever, the Patriots win a game at the Washington Redskins. They have won at every NFL city except the Redskins. That no longer is true. The Patriots win it by a score of 34-27. They move to 10-3 on the season, beating a valiant Redskins team here today.
Yeah.
Doubleheader action still to come on CBS. Back to New York and James Brown.
All right, Greg, thank you so much. So New England improves to 34-3 the last 37 games in the month of December. We will bring you back here to New York, bring you up to date on everything that's taking place around the NFL. Scores and highlights here with Dan, Coach Shannon, and Boomer. We'll do all of that right after this.